welcome to Clash of Fandoms, Marvel versus DC. We've done this one a few times. It's always a good one to do. Comics we get on this, always brilliant as well. I'm always happy to have this one, and I'm really happy with who I've got on this. But before we go into the show, let me explain how it works. If you've not been to Clash of Fandoms before, welcome. If you have been before, stay quiet for a minute. Let me explain how it works. How it works is this. I've got two fantastic comedians waiting on a Zoom for me on the next screen. They are going to battle it out through various rounds, couple of games about which franchise is better. Is it Marvel or is it DC? Secondary education already in there of are we doing books or movies? We're doing it all, secondary education. We're doing it all. We're doing it all. Everything counts. They can use any argument they want, and we're all good with that. If they want to stick on the movie universe, they can do that. If they want to branch out and talk about TV shows, they can do that. If they want to talk about comics, they can do that. If they want to talk about fanfic, no, they can't do fanfic. No one can do. No, that would get me off Twitch affiliate. Let's not do fanfics. My description still says AMA. I know I have just changed it, so it should update in a second. We're doing it all. We're going to be here all night. I know, Demon Time. So several rounds, questions, debates, games. At the end of every round, you guys will actually score it all. There'll be a poll at the end of every round, and you will hand out the points. And the winner. You will crown the winner yourselves, and the winner will win. Kudos. That's pretty much kudos. So it's pretty easy. If you've been here before, you know how it works. Get involved. Get involved in the chat. The guys can actually see the chat as well, so get the abuse in. That's what I say. Just if they get something wrong, if they get a fact wrong, call them out. Just be those guys. Be those guys. Not according to what I can see. Be kind to me, Matt Hoss. No.
Never. Not in a million years. Absolutely not. No way, Jose. No chance, Lance. Yet, negatory. Nah. And of course, my own personal favorite of all time, man falling off of a cliff. No!
Oh, wait. We need to be mean. Yes. Be mean. Okay, look, we've got a lovely community here. We're lovely most of the time, but every couple of weeks we get to be absolute arseholes. So let's just take advantage of that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask them to unmute their mics, but here are this week's contestants. Is that the right word to use? Contestants? I don't know. Let me ask them. What do you guys think? Do you think contestants is the right word to use?
Ooh, definitely. I feel like Aaron and I are not only we're friends off air, but tonight we are fierce competitors. So contestants it is. You know what I mean? I feel it's going to be a geeky battle to the death.
Excellent.
Yeah, I was thinking more gladiators.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Aaron Simmonds and Matt Hoss. How are you guys doing?
Good, mate. How are you?
I'm very good, thanks. Thank you very much. Do you know when you work in if you work in a service industry like retail or catering or just in life in general, or it's that comedy thing, and you ask how are you doing, and then it's always a shock when someone asks how are you doing. It's like I don't know how to respond to this. Luckily I prepared an answer. No, but I am. Which one of you is Wolf Dematan is asking in the chat already?
Well, I'm definitely Cobra.
I'm definitely Jet, so let's get that straight right now. Yeah. So
I agree with that. That is definitely the gladiator that you most
represent.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Matt, I won't talk about the things that I did to you.
Yeah, Edinburgh Fringe 2019 was a hot year. Absolutely.
Oh mate. Just that 40-minute downtime as well, where it's just sort of that realization of, wait, Jet and Matt, I love them both equally. Just no debate straight in there. Chef Samuels, I love John Anderson, the referee. Well, of course I love John Anderson, the referee, because he was Scottish. Gladiators ready.
You're going on my first whistle. like that. It's brilliant stuff.
What I love is that it's just like you have to get, if you want to get like the most aggressive sounding person in the UK, you get a Glaswegian in. Like they could look really weedy, but they sound aggressive as fuck. Okay, and there you go. That's the first swear tonight. We're allowed to swear, by the way. There's a warning on my channel. We can swear. Matt Hoss, you will go on the second whistle. Okay, so you are both fans of. Are you fans of both, or are you very much fans of one over the other? What would you say?
Well, I mean, I am more a fan of Marvel than DC because it's better. That has been my thinking. There are some DC things I like Harley Quinn, the TV show, is done brilliantly.
Oh, isn't it?
Yeah, no, Marvel's just better. So.
Excellent. And it's good for Marvel right now as well. Everyone's well on board with WandaVision. Are you up to date on it?
I am up to date with it. Yeah. That's Vision just driving us.
That was Agnes in a car, like ready to
go. He's trying to escape. He's
brilliant.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Any theories?
That everything is brilliant about that show, and the writers will deliver the perfect ending that I as a Marvel not conceive of. Yes,
I like the fact that you're being so not. I love that because it's funny. I read a thing today where people have been complaining about that the fact it's being released weekly rather than all at once. And I'm like, I think it's so much better that it's being released weekly because it's just like slow drip feeding and time to sort of like.
It's the kind of show that you need it to be drip fed to you because you would watch every single episode in a day and then feel empty inside that you're no longer got WandaVision. Whereas my whole week consists of waiting for WandaVision at the minute.
Especially in lockdown, it gives us a treat. You know, it's a thing we've needed. In lockdown 1, we had Tiger King. This time it's WandaVision. I think initially, I've got to be honest here, with WandaVision, I kind of thought the first 2 episodes were like confusing, where it was kind of heading, but like it was you kind of wondered what was happening. So the first 2 weeks it was like oh, I'm not quite sure about this, but 3 and 4 when like now I can't wait for Friday to come along. I mean it's a very tense and very it's a good payoff, that show.
Excellent good thoughts, guys. And I guess we're going to come to DC now. Matt, how are you, buddy?
Yeah, very well, thank you. It's I'm very, very honoured to be on the DC side tonight. And to be honest, I've retweeted this today, and a lot of people are like, well, Marvel's so much better. And I'm gonna be honest, I love them both. I probably love them equally. But as I've said on Twitter, I feel that tonight it's I feel, although I love them both, I have to be kind of like DC's defense lawyer. Do you know what I mean? I am there for my client to put forward the best case possible on my best abilities. So
okay.
I'm going to be using a lot of legal language tonight. I'm going to be doing a lot of filibustering, and this show is going to go on till 2:00 tomorrow. So
fantastic.
Here we go.
Just like a typical stream, then, isn't it? Just keep going on.
That's not ideal for me because I already need a wait.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. During your intro, Rick, I was tempted to just pick up my laptop and walk to the toilet and then go back.
I mean, I wouldn't have minded. It would have been funny though, just going to the screen and be like, wait a minute, what?
I mean, I'd keep the screen pointed at my head. It's fine, but my mic's live now, so I'll hold on.
Okay. Daredevil. Matt Hoss is Rudy Giuliani.
I just saw that.
I'm looking forward to seeing that bead of hair dye sweat just coming down, and then suddenly Matt Hoss's camera cuts away and he's in front of Four Seasons Landscaping Company, just
making out with Borat's door. It's
brilliant.
Absolutely.
And how's the streaming been going, Matt?
Yeah, really good, thank you. We just hit 900 followers, and I was a little bit skeptical toward Twitch on that before starting it, but honestly, I found a lovely community. I just found a lot of happiness recently through Twitch, and it's been one of the highlights of. It's been a horrible year, but it's certainly been one of the highlights of it for sure.
Fantastic, and I very much enjoyed popping into your streams and seeing how much fun that you've had. It's been fun to watch that. Just never quite sure what to expect.
No, neither do I. Because like someone just says, yeah, there's a lot of chaos on stream, and then I get a raid, and people ask me to put peas up my nose, and say if I kick dogs, it's kind of like it's like the Wild West in there sometimes, but like with like a good Wi-Fi connection. Do you know what I mean? It's quite intense.
Definitely. Second Education is asking, does DC have a good lawyer? Marvel has Matt Murdock, Foggy Nelson, and Jennifer Walters. Well, we will find out. I mean, the one that pops in my mind is District Attorney Harvey Dent, but that didn't turn out too well. So maybe we won't pry into that one. And we are going to talk about DC for a second here, Matt, because I think the biggest news is obviously the trailer for the Snyder Cut of Justice League dropped the other day. Mm-hmm. Any thoughts on it?
I don't want to dip into my argument too early on, but I kind of feel like I have I maintain a kind of a healthy balance with I have a healthy distance with as Snyder. I do watch the films, but I can't get my expectations to be too high because we have to I have to do it very bite-sized. I have to do it very digestive. But yeah, I think it's going to be interesting for sure, and it can't be worse. So.
Matt, if that's your entire argument tonight of it can't be worse.
I mean, that was going to be what I said to slam DC, but you slammed yourself. So
but trust me, like the beads of sweat are coming down fast. Like...
Oh, brilliant. And one last thing before we get started, folks. Both of you have podcasts. Is that right?
Yeah.
Aaron, do you want to talk about your one very quickly?
Yeah, it's called the Silliest, Superest, Heroist podcast. I get two comedians on, and they try and like Frankenstein superhero out of different parts of different superheroes to create their superest hero ever.
Oh my God, that sounds amazing. I love the sound of that. Frankenstein, your own superhero. Yes. Wasn't that Deadpool in Wolverine Origins?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, okay.
That wasn't the plan. That's not what the show is about.
It's going to be a lot better than Origins. That's what we're saying.
Yes, yeah, that's what I wanted to convey. I wanted to make sure that although I love Deadpool, not so much that movie. And, imagine Deadpool that can talk. That's the kind of Deadpool version that I would like to have associated with my podcast.
There we go. And Matt?
I'm the other kind of Deadpool. You can download it. My podcast is called Castival. It's not superhero related, but it is about I get famous guests to pitch their dream music festival, and basically we're dropping another season next Friday, and we've got a lot of live specials hanging out soon. So if you'd like chats about music and like festivals, if you'd like to pretend that you're a festival in lockdown, it's really good for that. It's a lot of fun, but more than that, it's kind of like it's an interview about passion and why we like the things that we do, and it's a very wholesome, kind, and very funny podcast. So if you like that, please download from Apple and Spotify.
Hey, excellent! And you know what? While we're on the podcasting bandwagon, a new episode of the Geekatorium dropped today. So make sure you get that downloaded and listened to.
That's the side of a quality host. Invite you to plug something so he can plug his own.
Exactly. That's how we do it. I love every time I edit the podcast. I'm not editing it to like cut or make any cuts or anything like that. I'm usually editing to find out what I should call the podcast this week. Like, that's literally the only reason. And this one I'm very proud of is James Cameron is my Ridley Scott, which is a complete callback to Matt, my co-host Matt Blair, hating Ridley Scott for completely remaking Alien, like just doing more Aliens and Prometheus and all that type of stuff. And then I just went on a massive rant about how much I hate Avatar and fuck James Cameron. So I thought that was fairly reasonable. But okay. But let's get into it. That's not the reason. We're not here to chat. We're not here to get on. We're here to debate. We're here to argue. We're here to bring Reddit to life. We're here to 4chan. No, let's not do that. Right? We're here to have some fun, argue some stuff, and you guys are going to decide who has the better arguments and which franchise is better. And at the end of this, the other franchise can get in the bin for the rest of the time. I don't know if that's going to stick, but let's how's this going to work, folks? We've got several rounds. We have opening arguments, we have debates, we have games to play. It's going to be fun. So I think it is a debate. So the thing that we do need to find out is We need to find out your position. We need to find out your opening arguments, why you love your franchise more than the other, why you think the other one is rubbish or just not mediocre. Oh, that's even worse as an insult, isn't it? Mediocre, right? Why is your superior? Well, let's start off with our opening arguments. And Aaron, we will start with you, buddy.
Great. Sure. I don't really know where to begin with my opening argument because I've never done this thing before. I'm up against Rudy Giuliani, but I'm going to go very straightforward, very route one. One word: Endgame. That's all you need. Nothing in DC can come close to Endgame at all. Like, there are 10 different moments in that film that are better than all of DC has ever produced. Is there a single thing in DC, comics, TV, films, whatever, that is anywhere near as good as Cap picking up the hammer? Full disclosure, spoiler warning, no. That's my opening argument.
That's strong. That's strong.
I mean, that was like, of all the opening arguments we've had for the various franchises we've done Marvel DC a few times, we've done Star Trek versus Star Wars, we've done Friends versus How I Met Your Mother, we've done Simpsons versus Family Guy, we've done all these franchises. I have never heard an argument so concise, so to the point, and so cutting as well at the same time.
Thank you.
Aaron.
That is how my lovemaking has also been described.
Round of applause to you. A round of applause to you. Opening and closing in one paragraph. I don't think it was even one paragraph, Daredevil. I think that was one tweet. Like, it was.
As I say, I really need a wee. So if we could wrap this up.
Yeah. Don't worry.
I've won and then go.
Go on, Matt. Let's hear your opening arguments.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary people of the courtroom, welcome. I am here. I am going to. Firstly, I would like to show you Exhibit A. Look at that chair. Ooh, a Batman chair. But that's not what I'm here to talk to you today. I am here to defend DC, and some might say that's a hard task, but not for me. I kind of think that DC gets kind of a bad rep, and for the kind of wrong reasons. And so, we all know, it hasn't got the best film franchise. I'll be honest, I've said it already, but and as a nerd, there's no greater fear than if you go to a group of nerds and say, Psst, Zack Snyder's got a new film out. It scares them and runs them wild. Okay. There's so much pain in the DC franchise because, there's, if you say 3 times into a mirror, Gotham City, Batman gets recast. You know what I mean? It's one of these things in our life that we have to put up with. But the reason that our love is there is because it's such a deep well of a franchise. We don't do stories that take 10 years to tell one story. Do you know what I mean? I think that earlier on someone mentioned that we're talking about comic books and movies, and I think that there are some negative DC films. There's some awesome movies out there. There's great TV shows like the Harley Quinn ones. But honestly, my kind of fundamental love for DC is all in the comic books. And every single DC comic book is an absolute legend. And not just the big hitters. You have Batman White Knight, where the Joker goes sane and he sues Batman for being a terrorist. It's really cool. It swaps roles. There is The Killing Joke, Alan Moore, fundamental reading. There is Superman Red Son, where Superman gets born into USSR and becomes a Soviet superpower. What would you like? Don't you want to see Batman in a little Russian hat? Yes, he's amazing. There's Watchmen, the anti-hero book, it's the Bible, and on top of that, there's Fables, which features fairy tale characters who move to gritty New York, and they have to live in isolation and in incognito. And who wouldn't want to see Pinocchio being a sex pest? That's DC for you. There's so much of a rich well. And so what I would like to say in my closing argument is that yes, Marvel has great films, but they're all flash. not the Flash, that's DC, but and not substance. Yeah, if you look at the comic books, they kind of fall apart. Literally, the binding's very poor sometimes. But this is all done by a man who, not to throw shade too early on, but Stan Lee is a man who, who stolen ideas and stuff like that. Do you trust that, or do you trust the lovely people at DC who probably, though I'm not sure, have never done that? So, in conclusion, DC has kryptonite, but if you look at all the other wonderful things, it truly is a Superman.
Well,
very much.
Well done, Matt. That was very much a lawyer's argument there, where you didn't really say anything. No, that was good, man. That was good. Thank you very much for that argument there. Very interesting. Yes, we are. If you concentrate on just the movies, that's one thing. But we are counting comic books. We are counting TV. We're counting absolutely everything as well. So. Yeah, feel free to walk in there. Kev Waggy has pointed out you have drawn a very short straw here. Secondary Education points out Heart of Ice from Batman the Animated Series is one of the strongest defenders for DC. It is as good as Endgame. Ooh, okay. Well, I told you how it works at the beginning of this show. It's up to you, folks. It's up to you in the chat. Who do you think had the stronger opening argument there? Let's have a listen. Let's get a poll running. Is it Marvel or DC gets the points in that round? Who has the stronger opening argument? Is it Aaron who's representing Scrubs because you're a surgeon with how surgical you are with your argument? Or is it Matt with the channeling Rudy Giuliani? I mean, even Trump told Rudy Giuliani to fuck off.
Yeah.
How is this, for sure that at the end of the stream people are going to call me Matt Rudy Horsey or something like that. It's going to be can someone do a picture of me but with Rudy Giuliani's face or vice versa, because I think that's going to happen at some point, so might as well get it out there into the Twitter sphere.
Oh my word, get your votes in, folks, get your votes in. We haven't got too long to vote. Don't make Matt sweat too much, his hair will run.
Whilst we're waiting for the votes, can I just say, and as a riposte of one thing that Matt said, if we're going to be comparing chairs, mine's got far more stuff that, look, I could do a wheelie in mine. Can Batman do a wheelie?
Can Batman do a wheelie? It's a strong argument. Yeah.
Very strong argument. It's ended on a 50-50. Oh my God. This is why both of you had very strong arguments there. I guess I'm going to have to give the point out. I'm going to give the first point to, do you know what? Just because I loved how concise that argument was. It was beautifully concise. It was straight to the point. Cut down on the fact it was like the perfectly written joke, which doesn't exist. I'm gonna have to give it to Marvel there. It's gonna be a point to Marvel. Well done there. But I will give you, Matt. I'll give you some kudos points, which don't count for anything.
Yeah, thank you. I genuinely appreciate that. I'll take it.
You can get the 4 Seasons backdrop. It might help you. That's Daredevil.
I tell you what, let's have a look. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're actually going to try and do it on Zoom?
Let's have a look, yeah. So let's do it.
Brilliant. Okay, folks, we're going to move into our first debate. That was our opening arguments. Well done. Strong arguments both sides. We can see that, Aaron, you've got a proper love for Marvel here. Like, you're not taking any shit from DC. Like, you're just not batting it away. Matt, it does feel like you're fighting a losing argument here, but you've got some passion there, mate. You got some passion. You were winning. You're winning people over in that vote. So I'm not going to say this is not clear cut. This is not clear cut.
The thing I would say though is like trying to justify DC over Marvel is like those people who wear odd socks because they want to prove that they're wacky. Like you're not wacky because you like DC over Marvel. Like Marvel is better. Stop trying. Like those people are the most boring people in the world. Just stop trying to be wacky if you're boring. All right.
Well, guess who has odd socks on, Aaron? This guy.
So, I actually do have on top. I'm not doing it intentionally.
Hoisted by my own petard.
Well, we're gonna go into our first debate round, and what we're gonna do, unusually, we're gonna do our first debate round, and then after our first debate round, we're gonna have a commercial break so Aaron can nip to the toilet.
I'm all good at the minute, actually. Yeah. I've got a blood of steel. I can keep going.
You sure? You sure?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, we'll keep going. Kev Waggy, you're rocking Bruce Wayne's picnic blanket backdrop. Oh my God, there's 4 seasons. We're at the 4 seasons.
Welcome to the 4 seasons, everyone.
Excellent. Okay, folks, here we are. It's our first debate. It's the battle of the gods. Wonder Woman versus Thor. Wonder Woman versus Thor. Let's start with you, Matt. Let's hear about, in a fight, who's going to win in the battle of gods. Who wins between Wonder Woman and Thor?
Well, it's got to be Wonder Woman because, like, Thor, Thor is the typical example of the kind of the dumb alpha male. You know what I mean? He's certainly not a god of wits. He's certainly a god of brawn, and even that brawn isn't that strong as well. Like, for example, Mjolnir gets taken out in a single swoop by Hel in Ragnarok, and it's one of these things where it's. Wonder Woman it's got innovative weapons like the lasso of truth and the bracelets of submission, and it's one of these things where I kind of think hands down, and with Wonder Woman's brain and brawn together, already far superior than Thor. And also, you know, would you like me to? I feel I've got some like jabs towards Thor, but like I'm not sure if you would like me to riposte it first, or it's up to you.
Let's hear what Aaron has to say. Let's hear. That's your opening bit. Okay, so You're talking. There's a combination of brains and brawn from Wonder Woman, as opposed to just brawn. Okay, let's hear about Thor.
Sorry, I wasn't really listening. I was trying to find a picture of Sacred Heart for me to be the surgeon.
Perfect.
I've got 2 words to defend why Thor is better than Wonder Woman. Beef, cake. Now, Matt Hoss is just upset because he's a vegan and can't have either. The guy is beautiful. Like, I would genuinely have sex with that dude. Like, he is so fit. And you say he doesn't have wit. Have you not seen Ragnarok? He is so funny in that movie. Ragnarok is amazing. In Infinity War, when the guy says, it'll kill you, and you won't survive. And he went, only if it kills me. And he was like, that's my point. That's wit. That is exactly the opposite of your argument. No. Also, what was my next point? Ragnarok is great. Wonder Woman 84, what a piece of garbage that is. 3 jokes in that entire 2 hours. I'll explain all 3 jokes. Look at the things that happened in 1984 that no longer happen now. Isn't that weird? Cassettes? What's that about? Man from the 40s going, look at these things that were in 1984 that weren't in the 40s. Cassette tapes? What's that about? And joke number 3, getting the guy to do what the girl usually does in a superhero movie, which I do agree with. But he's like, cassettes? What are that about? It's dog shit. And it wasted 2.5 hours of on my birthday. I watched it on. Furious.
Wow. Okay. I didn't realize how personal this debate was going to get.
Yeah, genuinely. Like, I feel like this is meant to be really fun, but I feel so stressed because I'm like, have you ever played Among Us and you're the imposter? It's that kind of level of stress. I need to do this really well.
It's the worst thing being the imposter on Among Us. I hate it. Like, my t-shirts come out like drenched in sweats by the end of it. Like, you can tell. So let's see. Matt, do you want to do a rebuttal for that?
Absolutely, and so much to go back on to riposte. Firstly, I have to say that Thor does not have wit whatsoever. Taika Waititi is very funny. Thor ain't. Yes, Wonder Woman might not have many jokes in Wonder Woman 1984, but sorry, how many jokes were there in Thor: Dark World? Sorry, how many jokes were there? Sorry, I got Thor 1. Let me tell you the joke. It's exactly what you just mocked Wonder Woman for. Ha! I'm not of this realm. Oh, a coffee cup, another one. Get me my horse. That's it for the whole thing. Yeah, and it's when it's trying to be gritty as well. And yeah, okay, I understand that it might not be the funniest, but at least Wonder Woman, she has integrity. She has a consistent plot arc. You know, and I don't want to go. I don't want to go down this well too early on, but you know, like in in a lot of the superhero canon, women are underrepresented in superheroes, and there's been some sexist themes throughout as well. And I kind of think that Thor is the most sexist amongst them all of them. For example, in before War of the Realms, Jane takes over as Thor, and he gets really upset and sulky, and he kind of like tries to take his job back as well. And he starts what I'm trying to say is that Thor is he's like a superhero Asgardian incel. Do you know what I mean? Like if he was going to have a website, he would call it Thor-chan.
Oh.
Are you implying that Thor would be a fan of QAnon?
Thor's a member of QAnon. Love it. Do you have any rebuttal to that?
I mean, it's hard to defend. I mean, it's hard to argue against feminism, which is very, very well played, Matthew. Yeah, go. Women, no.
Someone clip that, please.
The thing I would say about Thor is that although, yes, Diana is a very well represented version of female superheroes, Thor does also have a female lead character that is a doctor with a sidekick who is also a doctor. So it's not exactly saying women are pretty things and men are, the people that are going to solve all of the problems. Like Jane sorts out a lot of the shit in the first two movies, which I will admit are pretty bad.
Okay. Well, that we've heard your arguments, folks. That was quite a ride that we went on there. Let's get the poll started in the chat, and let's find out what's been said by the people in the chat. But if we get the poll started, who do we give the points to in that round? Is it Wonder Woman or is it Thor? Let's find out what everyone was saying. Smeg Greg, hey, welcome to the chat, buddy. Good to have you here. Dematan, surely it should have been Aquaman versus Thor, battle of the beards and long hair. This is true.
I mean, that'd be a harsh on DC. Yeah, I mean,
it's a more difficult question with who would you do?
Jason Momoa or Chris Hemsworth? Well, I'm going to give this to you folks, both of you in this. The objectification went to Thor there, and I'm proud of you both for that. So well done. Daredevil points out Wonder Woman has an invisible plane. That is very cool. And Smegwig points out Thor without his hammer is not up to much. Oh my god.
The whole point of Ragnarok is he doesn't need his hammer. And then he gets Stormbreaker, which is infinitely cooler.
Yeah, people are going hard on Thor here. Fancy Kumquat, yeah, but Dark World is also a thing, so you don't go at 1984 too hard. Where else have we got? Stone Shuffle, Thor 1 and 2 are no better than Wonder Woman 84. Yeah. Oh, wow. Cream for that burn. It's okay, Smegwig. Don't worry. It's nice to have you here. Excellent. So the voice... oh, my God. Matt's Thor-chan wins.
Yes.
Also,
thank you.
I love it how that's my mods trying to get me to laugh and trying to I don't tell them what to write as the poll results, and they do that, and I well done, Dematan. Well done. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Matt, that is a point to DC.
Yes, finally.
What? Are you saying finally? It's been 2 rounds.
I should have won the first one. I want to wipe him. I want to wipe Aaron out. He's a very lovely person, and as a comedian, I really respect him. But in this round here, I'm taking him down. Sorry, mate.
Okay.
I'm very chill about the whole thing because I don't need this in my life. I feel like this means more to Matt than it does.
This is all I've got, Aaron.
Okay, folks, we're going to move on to our next round, which is my favorite round. I say this every week, but it is my favorite round because this is where it gets all personal. We're going to talk about our favorite characters now, the characters we love the most. Aaron, let's start with you. Who's your favorite character? And this is not going to go into any points. It's not getting scored. But who's your favorite character and why?
Sure. Well,
hang on a second. Thank you so much for the good stuff. Thank you so much.
I feel like I know how it works. I now feel like I know how it feels to work for the NHS. Yes, it's Iron Man. Surprisingly, as a normal person who dreams of being cased in metal in order to make them be able to go about their everyday activities in a more fun and stylish way than would be possible without it. I've gone with Mr. Stark. Just so funny, just super smart. That's basically his superpower, is he's a fucking genius, and he's managed to create a suit that any person could wear, but, you know, doesn't. And you'd be able to fly and shoot rockets and all this kind. He's the fucking best. And Iron Man is the reason why there's an MCU. Like, that film is so good that it launched a whole universe. And DC have tried to do that on several different occasions, and it has fallen flat most of the time. And so, yeah, I just love the dude. He's awesome.
Excellent. Good shout. Matt, who's your favorite DC character and why?
So I had a really hard time picking this, but I think the overall most interesting and most deep and curious character certainly is Joker. For sure, Joker. Joker's had so many wonderful incarnations, and but yet there's still mystery to him. You know, like not to do any dig so early on, but you know, Iron Man had 3 okay films, and it took him a decade to have some humanity. But Joker has Joaquin Phoenix, Heath Ledger, and obviously the best one, Jared Leto, and Joker is one of the biggest mysteries in fiction. And I don't think he's necessarily an enemy. He's a betrayal into the ugliness of society, the things that we laugh and we say are a joke, but actually they're deep rooted within us. He makes us sick to the bottom of our hearts, but also he's a reflection of the society we live in. He's the most real character maybe in literary history. You know, like he's more human than Tony Stark could ever be, which is rather trist. He literally stands up against a narcissistic millionaire who inherits his wealth from his father. Would you prefer that person or someone who's a working class hero who has made something from himself? You know.
Okay. This is going to be an interesting one. Daredevil says a villain. That's a surprise. So was I. Secondary education. I was with Matt until he mentioned Leto. I'll be honest with you, I was the same. Okay, so we've got a hero versus villain, or as Daredevil has put it, Foggy versus Rudy. So here we go. This is how we're going to score this round. I've got 3 questions for you, folks. 3 questions. We're going to go narcissist versus psychopath. Here we go.
That's just a rude way to talk about me and Matt.
Yeah.
But which one is which? I'm both.
Yeah.
Okay, question number 1. Give us your most memorable quote or your best quote by your character. Matt, you go first as the Joker.
Well, this isn't the one I would like to submit, but the one that resonated with me quite true was, I hope my death makes more sense than my life, as in CENTS. Because I thought, as a stand-up comedian, that probably will be true. But also, the one I would like to submit is from The Killing Joke, written by Alan Moore from Joker, saying, all it takes is one bad day to reduce the sanest man alive into a lunatic. That's how far the world is from where I am. Just one bad day.
Ooh.
Matt, are you okay, hon?
Yeah.
It's a rough lockdown.
Yeah, as he grabs the wine. Oh my word. Okay. You're one bad day. And Aaron, how about you? What about Iron Man?
I mean, again, I think this. I've said this before. I will reiterate this point. I think this means more to Matt than me. I haven't bothered to really research this as heavily as he has, but I have gone for billionaire, playboy, philanthropist. Billionaire. Genius, playboy, philanthropist. I fucked it up. I didn't even get. But that one, when Cap says without that suit, a billionaire, playboy, genius, philanthropist. It's just everything you need to know about Tony Stark in 4 words.
Excellent. Okay, so let's get that vote running, folks. Which is the better quote there? Is it one bad day or is it genius, billionaire? Was it genius, billionaire, philanthropist, playboy?
I think billionaire comes first.
Smarter, fitter, faster, stronger.
Yeah, it was from not Hardfire.
Daft Punk.
Yeah, that's the fun. That joke would have been so much better if I actually knew the name of the band.
It's a bad day. Let's see what the chat is saying. Daredevil says, "I love you 3000." Oh, I love you 3000 as well, Daredevil.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait. The quote. You meant the quote. The trouble with Matt's argument is that one of the best versions of this character is made from Lego. This is entirely true. In fact, actually, I'd go to say that every character's best version is in Lego. So, yeah.
And I didn't really have time to kind of make this argument. Well, I did have time, but I was going to do more research. But I actually think one of my favorite Jokers ever is Mark Hamill doing the voice of Joker in the TV show and in the video games. He's fantastic. He's one of the best iterations of him.
Can I? I mean, I don't want this to count against me, but I'm pretty certain that it will. I have had Joker and Harley Quinn sex, and I was a big fan of that. So I'm not gonna be too upset if the Joker does win this, because I have not had sex as Iron Man.
Brilliant. Secondary Education points out Iron Man is largely the cause of most of the problems in the MCU. And then says you can't put Alan Moore's writing up against anything and expect it to not win. So okay,
can I count to that point of Tony Stark being the problem, everything in the MCU.
Yeah.
As Homer Simpson so wonderfully put it, here's to beer, the cause and solution to all life's problems.
There you go.
That is Tony Stark in a nutshell.
Brilliant. Well, the votes are in. The poll has ended. It was 69% of the votes went to One Bad Day, went to the Joker. So that's another point for for DC. Well done. Okay, next question. Who has a better dress sense, better choice in fashion? You can pick one suit, you can pick them all. Talk about the general dress sense. Who has better fashion choices? Let's start with you, Aaron. Let's talk about Iron Man.
I mean, judging by the fact that I've had sex in a Joker costume, but probably the Joker. But the outfit that I am going for is not him in a full Iron Man suit. It is during Civil War, when he is in the suit and Black Panther comes out and there's that whole big fight, and he is fighting Black Panther whilst in loafers. That's how good he is. Black Panther against loafers, and he still holds his own. That's Tony Stark.
It's a sharp suit as well, and especially he's got that one. He's essentially got the one glove thing going on. Like he's got the Michael Jackson Iron Man look going on there. So okay,
but less perilous to children.
Yes, exactly. Solid choice. And Matt, how about you? Talk about the Joker for us.
Oh, well, I think Joker is iconic, you know what I mean? To be fair, Iron Man really is as well, but I kind of feel like white face paint, red lips, stretching to your cheeks, that's iconic. And I think in every iteration of that, there's always something different of it. Particularly love Heath Ledger's, the scars and the lips and stuff like that on the cheeks. But I just kind of think that overall, he's far better dressed, even though Stark is a philanthropist, billionaire, genius. But I kind of feel that Joker puts the effort in. He does his face paint every day. He wears more face paint than a Kiss concert, and and also I'm gonna say hygiene-wise better than Iron Man, because Iron Man is in the aluminium sheet all day. He's gonna be basking in his own sweat. Joker, he's fresh as a daisy, and also the most artistic version of the Joker certainly is when in Joker when he's coming down the steps. That kind of outfit there, it's different but vivid.
Okay. So we've gone Tony Stark. We've got one specific look, which is fine. Which is nice. It's a sharp look. It is a sharp look, and you're pointing out that he's still able to take on Black Panther while in loafers. That's a good shout. And Matt, you've gone for the more holistic. He's always looked good and puts the effort in every day. So let's get the vote running. Let's get the vote running. Who do we think's got the better dress sense? Is it Tony Stark, Iron Man, or is it the Joker? And while that is running, just a reminder, folks, you're watching this. It's all free and everything like that. We enjoy doing this. It is, it's been hard over the last couple of years for people, performers and stuff like that. What I've started doing is if you look at the bottom right, the bottom of my screen, there is a link to my coffee page, ko-fi.com/Rik Carranza. If you want to donate some money towards the show, just this specific show, that money will then get, I'm using that money to pay the acts, basically. They get some money out of this. So if you do want to throw a donation in there, really we'd all appreciate it. But, you know, it's up to you. Cup of coffee.
Rik, did you just say a couple of years? I know it feels like it, but it has only been 11 months.
Has it on? No, it's not. Yeah, it has. I know, you're right. A couple of years. I'm talking about my own career. What am I talking about?
Oh, okay, yeah.
2020. Oh my God. It feels like 10 years. It feels like 10 years.
Yeah, absolutely, mate.
Oh, here we go. The votes are in 57. There's a closer one this time. Closer one this time. 57% goes to Tony Stark this time. So very close, very close. It's a sharp look. It's a sharp look. And, you know, as a very well-made point, he does take on Black Panther in loafers. I like that. Jane W28, Joker's color choice is generally chose to the UKIP logo.
I never thought about it like that. Yeah.
Just imagine the Joker in Dover being like, all right, let's get him away. You know what I mean?
It's full.
I mean,
Gotham's full.
Gotham's full. Brilliant. And we've got our last question. We've got our last question in this round. What does your character do how does your character deal with the trolley dilemma? If you don't know the trolley dilemma, it's very, very simple. You're in a tram. There's a tram out of control going down some tracks. There's a junction. If you can either choose to take out one sole worker or 5 other innocent people. What do you choose to do? What do you do? Oh, thank you, Samros, for donating to the show. Thank you very much.
Thank you, mate.
So let's start with Matt. Let's hear from you. What does the Joker do in this situation?
I put a lot of thought into this, and I think what he would do he would reveal a third track with the rest of Gotham Bank and food supplies, right? And instead of him making the decision, he will put a time bomb in each of the 3 positions, and he will make Batman choose. And what a legend!
Wow, that's dark. Okay, you went dark there. I can't say inaccurate either for what I think. Yeah, so. Okay, good shout, good shout. What would Iron Man do in this situation, Aaron?
Well, I mean, the idea that there is any train that can move quicker than Iron Man is laughable anyway. He would absolutely, he'd switch the tracks so that the 5 people are safe, and then he'd fly and save the other worker. Like, that's just what he does. He finds a solution where there are no solutions to any problems. The other thing that he could do is just lift the trolley into the air over the 5 people. I mean, he could just, he'd probably invent time travel to stop that ever happening if he needed to. Endgame is the best moment of my life.
And the worst, I assume, by the end.
No, still the best. It was the first time I cried in 15 years. But, and then I got in a terrible relationship and then cried some more.
Hooray. Yeah, sex as a Joker, and then you cried again. So.
Yeah.
Tony
would save everybody because that's what Tony does. He's the problem and solution to all.
Okay, well, that's how the trolley dilemma would play out in the Joker's and Iron Man's hands. Let's get that vote on the go. Would it be a secret hidden third track revealed with, was it all of Gotham's food and
bank? Just kind of like the idea is that you can choose save these people, but long-term destruction. That was the idea.
Okay. But Batman doesn't give a shit about the economy of Gotham anyway. He's a billionaire. If he just gave away some of his money, everything would be fine.
But actually, I was going to argue, but I thought let's just have fun. Let's have a fun podcast. Let's just have
that's a good point. I am a bit angry so far today. Yeah, you're right, man. Let's chill out.
No one else has seen this, but I had to put in the chat to Aaron, just saying, "Sorry, Aaron, just kidding, love heart." Just to tell him that I'm actually having a nice time. I'm not having a break.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Yeah,
I love that you felt like you had to do that, Matt. that speaks so much to you. You're like, no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. it's a debate. You're supposed to be angry.
Yeah.
No, it's great. Well, we got Fancy Kumquat. I think he'd blow up the train and only realize afterwards that there were people on the train. Wow, it's another draw. 5 votes each. We had the Joker's both of them got. I think. Do you know what? I just love the idea of just. I can actually picture the Joker's solution in my head.
Yeah.
With all...
But it's also like it's going to be a reveal. So like Batman thinks he solved the problem, and actually, by solving the problem, it goes to track number 3 that drives through Gotham Bank.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna. This time, I'm giving the points to DC. So there you go, Matt. Does that make up for your first round? Does that make up for your first round?
There'll be a few less tears in bed tonight. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Well, we're only about halfway through the show, folks. We've still got a little while to go. How are you holding in there, Aaron? You good?
Yeah, good.
Excellent.
As I say, I'm solid when it comes to my bladder.
Okay.
Legs, not so much. Bladder, fine.
We'll trust you on that, buddy. As we go into our next round, we're gonna play a little game now. This one doesn't really count for any points, so don't worry about any pressure on this one. This is just a little bit of fun that we can all have together on this one. So we're gonna do a round that I like to call Say What. I don't do it that way. I'm terrible. I should have done it. I should have done that. But it's called Say What. What's going to happen is I'm going to play a couple of short clips from various Marvel and DC films, and I want you folks to guess what the next line is in the scene. Okay. So second education, Iron Man, more like Iron Bladder. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Are you ready? Like, I'm going to pause the music. And here is our first movie. It is the wonderful Daredevil.
First marriage, she eloped with this semi-colored fella from London. What's the word for it? Mulatto. Yeah, just let's say he had a little cream in his coffee. But he did very well for himself on the internet. But don't ask me how. No, they did get me a computer for Christmas last year. But I'm afraid. Who can afford to fly these days? But then my sister Marjorie called and said she had these frequent flyer miles and she couldn't use them because her sciatic nerve was acting up. So I said...
She's sleeping. Can I get you anything before we land?
Okay, folks, what is said next? Daredevil's like, I know. Daredevil, don't say it yet. What's said next, Aaron?
I mean, are we supposed to be guessing legitimately, or are we supposed to be mocking the week?
You can do whatever you
style of being like, oh, do you have an erection?
You can say whatever you want.
Okay. Is she saying, can you get anything? And then he goes, just sleeping pills? Because she's already passed out. My first answer was funnier. That as an example. I'm only witty once.
Brilliant.
So,
Matt, do you have any suggestions?
Similar vein, maybe kind of like, I'll have what she's having, or something like that. It's like kind of cheeky,
Does anyone have a legitimate guess?
No.
No? Okay. Go on, Daredevil. What do you think it is? Daredevil? What? Daredevil is your time to shine. I'm going to press... Here's the replay of the clip. And I'm going to see if Daredevil gets this. This is... And Daredevil, Sam Ross, this is Daredevil.
What's the word for it? Mulatto. Yeah, just let's say he had a little cream in his coffee. But he did very well for himself on the internet. But don't ask me how. No, they did get me a computer for Christmas last year. But I'm afraid. But who can afford to fly these days?
I mean, I think
but
Colin Farrell is just happy not to be
Marjorie
a phone.
called
Yeah.
and said she had these frequent flyer miles, and she couldn't use them because her sciatic nerve was
The thing is... Right,
So
I'll get to it in a second. Give me a second. The Daredevil suit is not good in this film. Oh, it's not.
Oh, she's sleeping. Can I get you anything before we land?
More peanuts?
More peanuts. So, more peanuts. That was it. The thing about this scene, okay, we can talk about that Daredevil movie being bad overall. I actually think this scene when I was cutting it back, like I was coming up with this scene, I was like, I'm trimming it down. I was like, this is actually the scene that really ruins this entire movie. Because you sit there watching this scene going, do you know what? I'm on Bullseye's side. It's like, he just killed a racist old lady on a plane who wouldn't shut the fuck up. I would want to do that myself. So, yeah, kind of on his side. So there we go. Are we ready for the DC film? Here we go.
Absolutely.
First DC film.
Just doing my job. No thanks necessary, miss.
No, it is. You saved my life. You saved all of our lives. That was a very...
That was correct, Daredevil.
Hal?
Miss?
Hal? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, Hal!
How did you know it was me?
What do you mean? I've known you my whole life. I've seen you naked. You don't think I would recognize you because I can't see your cheekbones? What is this? Why is your skin green? Why are you glowing?
What is said next, Matt? What do we think said next?
I found this. I'm not quite sure about this. It's like, why is your skin green? Why are you glowing? And he goes, because I'm Deadpool, or something like that.
Brilliant. Aaron, any guesses?
That was going to be my reference for.
Sorry, mate.
It's fine. I'll go one again. Why do you have an erection? All I've got.
That's all you've got. Just a one big erection.
Any legitimate guesses here?
Why are you flying?
Why are you flying? Okay. Dimatan, why is your skin green? Why are you glowing? Why haven't you brought me back McDonald's? Okay, here we go. Here it is.
Just doing my job. No thanks necessary, miss.
God, it's so bad.
It is.
It's so bad.
You saved my life. You saved all of our lives. That was a very...
I mean, without the words, it's very tense.
It is very tense.
Hal?
Without the words, oh my word.
Yeah.
I forget.
Hal?
We can't hear this.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, Hal!
How did you know it was me?
What do you mean? I've known you my whole life. I've seen you naked. You don't think I would recognize you because I can't see your cheekbones? What is this? Why is your skin green? Why are you glowing? What the hell is with that mask?
What the hell is with that mask? That's what she says next. What the hell is with that mask? Which should have been, what is the hell with this movie? It's pretty, Daredevil, my favorite DC character too. I mean, like, I think Green Lantern's a great character. It's just not a great movie. So, here we go. Next clip is from Age of Ultron.
Go, Steve, no pressure.
Come on, Cap.
This is proving my point of how great Marvel is.
And?
Just
Widow?
look at it.
What is said next? Aaron, what's said next?
If you want to see my hammer,
I've got an erection.
you got to be worthy or something.
Okay.
I really wasn't thinking.
Matt, any guesses?
I thought it could have been like a slam against Steve Rogers there, being like, I guess you are Captain America.
70 years old. No wonder he can't get it up anymore.
Jesus.
Does it work down there? I don't think I'll tell you.
Any guesses? Any legit guesses?
I think it's one of two things. I can't quite remember it. It's either no, thank you. I don't, or like I don't want to embarrass myself. I don't want to even try, or I'm not going to embarrass myself. Something along those lines, but I can't remember the exact.
Okay,
quote.
here we go.
Go, Steve, no pressure.
Come on, Cap.
You are right, to be fair, in the moment where Captain picks up that hammer, it's like one of the best.
And there you go. She says, "Oh, that's not a question I need answering." So very close, Aaron. Very, very close. But well done, well done. And we go to our last DC film. DC film. Here we go. Here we go.
And Bruce Wayne has in his head.
So 90s.
Yeah. I remember proper loving this film as well.
What kind of a man has bats on the brain? Go ahead. You can say it.
And what does he say? Go ahead, you can say it. What does he say next?
Well, we're all thinking it. Bats on the brains, probably Patient Zero in Wuhan. So, sorry. I'm sorry. Alrighty
then.
Sorry, is that too much? Is that too much?
Order! I mean, it's quite important. Like, it's not a lot of our brains, to be honest.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine.
I say it with a pinch of salt. Apologies, everyone.
Okay.
Well,
Excellent.
That's the problem. He had it with a pinch of salt.
Yeah,
it would have been fine.
Yeah, exactly. Any guesses, Aaron?
Something to do with having a cock.
Brilliant.
Anyway, I've really given up at this stage.
Okay, don't worry. There's no points. There's no points going out here.
Oh, great.
There's just play around, have fun of it. Okay, let's find out. Let's find out what the next line is.
And Bruce Wayne has in his head.
I mean, anything with Jim Carrey is anything, like even now.
Riddle me this. What kind of a man has bats on the brain? Go ahead. You can say it. You're a genius.
You're a genius. That's it. You're a genius. Or, as secondary education says, I will not countenance this buffoonery. Which is it's true. It's an actual thing that Tommy Lee Jones said to Jim Carrey. They did not get on when they were making this film. No, they did not get on whatsoever when they were making this film. And Daredevil thinks it's an awful movie, not even good in an ironic way. I kind of enjoy it. Like, it's kind of stupid. So it's Jim Carrey, and I love Jim Carrey. So, there's very little that Jim Carrey has done wrong movie-wise for me.
Is that the Batman where Val Kilmer has nipple plates? Is that the one?
No. George Clooney has nipples in the next one.
Gotcha.
Yeah. This is the one where Val Kilmer kisses a rose or something like that.
Yeah.
Let's go back into the show. Let's go into our next round quickly, which is quick fire. So in this round, folks, we have 3 very quick fire round debates. I just want just a couple of sentences off you, as quick as possible. No time to prepare, and we'll get some quick votes on this. Are we ready? As it stands, just to let you know, before we go into our last 2 rounds, it is Marvel 2, DC 3. So it is. Oh, okay. The first debate has been decided. I think it's... Do you know what? It's an interesting one. Who is the better Green Lantern, Hal Jordan or Jon Stewart? How much do we know about Green Lantern?
Not enough to have a debate.
Yeah, I've got to say, like, even being DC's defense lawyer, I would struggle to string up a strong argument, to be honest. But I think Hal, as Daredevil said earlier, original recipe. I know Hal Jordan, so yeah, I think.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same path. I'm Hal Jordan for me, just the OG. You got to go to the OG. Jon Stewart's great, but Hal any day of the week. It's the same. Best Batman is Bruce Wayne, not Dick Grayson. So just throwing that.
I can only apologize, Daredevil.
Okay, here we go. Here are our 3 quick debates. Okay, first one. In your entire universe, in the entire franchise, whether it's movies, films, books, whatever, the best costume of them all. The best costume of them all. Aaron, go.
Are we talking strictly what they look like or what they can do because of said costume?
Both.
Okay. I'm going to go Ant-Man. It doesn't look as like aesthetically beautiful as it could do, but that suit turns an ordinary man into a very tiny ordinary man, and then a very massive ordinary man, and that is what I'm going with.
Excellent. Good shout. Matt?
It's a struggle, but I think I think Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen. It's not technically a costume, but he's basically a big glowing blue man with a circle on the forehead, and he's mostly naked all the time. He wears like tight white black underpants. He looks like it's like a swim model all the time. He's fantastic.
Okay,
it's sex appeal on legs.
Okay, so we have Ant-Man, MCU Ant-Man versus Dr. Manhattan. Not the Watchmen version of Batman, not the movie version of Dr. Manhattan,
yes.
the naked version of Dr. Manhattan. Let's get that poll running. Let's find out. What you think. What do you think, folks? Is it going to be Dr. Manhattan or is it Ant-Man? So this is something that they talked about in the Ant-Man movie, right? And I haven't quite understood, right?
Sure.
So when he shrinks down,
yeah,
like. It's so the molecules are brought closer together or something like that. The space in between molecules are made smaller. Yeah. And that's why he has like the strength remains of a man while he's tiny.
Yeah.
So if it's the opposite way around when he gets giant, is he not just really weak then?
Yeah, so I can explain this. It's just fucking cool when he's massive. So don't think about it too much.
And that's essentially what happens in Endgame. It's like there's time travel, but it's cool. Just don't think about it. It's fine.
Exactly. And those are two brilliant movies. The airport scene is great. Like, why would you question any of it? Just sit back, relax, welcome Spider-Man to the MCU, and just get on with your lives.
To be fair, it's a cracking scene. Absolutely cracking stuff.
Controversial hot take here. That Spider-Man's introduction is the best thing about that film.
Yeah, I would actually, yeah.
The way they do it is perfect. Like, the needle drop.
No. As in, like, it's like that film is pretty average without that.
I like Civil War. To be fair, I think it's.
I don't mind Civil War, but it's not as good as everyone hypes it up to be. And I think it's more hyped up because of Spider-Man's intro and Black Panther's intro.
Hello.
Yeah, I mean, you can't say, "Oh, that movie's not good unless you take this, and this out of it." Those are two very important parts of that movie. I agree. If you take, those out, it's not as good a movie, but it has those things in it.
Yes.
Like, if you take out my opening and closing joke, there's not much in between.
Thanks for the follow, Ryan Trip 100. Very much appreciated. And Tyler Defibrillator, I'm not sure how to answer your question. I'm not. Very strange one. Okay, let's go into our next quickfire debate. Pick 4 heroes from your franchise for your bank heist team. Who are your 4 heroes for your bank heist team? Starting with you, Matt. Who are your 4 heroes?
Oh, okay. Let us say, let me just think off the top of my head. Bank heist scene. We would like.
They're robbing the bank. They're robbing the bank. They're not stopping.
Yeah. I think Joker. Joker's got a lot of tricks.
Heroes.
Sorry.
Heroes.
Okay.
Only.
Okay. Okay. Let me think. Okay, if you don't know Fables, I'm going to go for Big B Wolf, who is basically, he is the big bad wolf turned into a sheriff. He can turn into a massive wolf at any time. That's pretty helpful. And no one's going to mess around with a wolf. Going to also go with, I think Green Lantern. That'd be handy. Absolutely, you can get a lot of the bank up in one go. You can probably get Bruce Wayne, to be fair, to kind of like just go, you know what, we're going to take over this bank for the day. Everyone move over so you can do it very safely and without notice. And also, for good measure, why don't we have, we'll have Wonder Woman just because she can like get the cash with a lasso, whoosh, like that. That'd be fun.
Okay, there we go. That's our bank heist team for DC. How about Marvel? Which 4 heroes are robbing this bank?
First of all, the Invisible Woman. Doesn't need anybody else. She could just walk into the bank single-handedly. But if we're going to have other people for the sake of it, why not? Let's have Captain America to orchestrate it, and we'll have someone who's a tech expert in order to break through the security stuff. So let's just have Stark because, why go for anything but actually, let's go with Spider-Man. I think he'd be better at the manipulating of the thing, and his moral compass is more dubious, it's more malleable at this stage, and he needs the money more. And then those three can do it by themselves. So I'm just going to have Louise there just to narrate.
Yes. Okay. Excellent. Good choices, folks. Which is the heist team? You've heard You've heard the choices. Which is the better heist team there, Marvel or DC? And what are your choices in the chat? Secondary Education, The Atom, Nightwing, Swamp Thing, and Green Arrow. Good shouts there. Secondary, The Wasp, Black Widow, Luke Cage, and Hawkeye. Ooh, interesting. You've picked archers for both teams. Why archers in both teams? What are they going to do inside this bank? I don't know. I think Daredevil's asking in terms of Green Lanterns, which one?
We'll go for Hal Jordan.
Hal Jordan, excellent. And I love it. The mods have actually put in Secondary Education as an option here. Smegwig, Fantastic Four, all bases covered. That's a very good argument.
However, do you want Human Torch holding the cash? Because that could burn through quite fast. So
but if it's gold bullion, then it's fine.
That's very good.
Get your votes in, folks. Get your votes in very, very quickly. It's very close. It's damn close. Secondary Education's got 2 votes in this. In fact, you know what? I can vote in this. I'm going to give him a vote. Secondary Education gets my vote because he's thought this through. Don't know why archers, but the point there goes to Matt. Matt's heist team gets the money. As we go to our last question. Okay. First question. This is a 2-part question, right? This is not the bit. This is not the bit that's scored. Who's the worst character? Who's the worst character in your franchise, Matt?
I think from the top of my head, maybe something like I don't want to commit to something like I don't know. Like it could be some like kind of there's like the Mad Hatter from Batman. He really sucks. It's not the worst character, but it's certainly not the most impressionable. Yeah, I mean.
Okay, Mad Hatter. Okay, here we go. And from the Marvel universe, who's the worst character you can think of?
I mean, the one who upsets me the most is Star-Lord, mainly because Chris Pratt is now not a very nice man, and that makes me feel sad inside. So he is the one who upsets me most on screen. Probably, yeah, I'll go with that. Why not?
Okay. In that case, this is a repeat of debate number 1. Who wins in a fight, Mad Hatter or Star-Lord?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
There you go. You start.
Sorry, I meant to say Superman. Okay. Yeah, Mad Hatter. To be fair, he does have mind control, right? He has that's the whole power of his hat. So technically, and Star-Lord's not a bright lad, so therefore, I think quite easily he could absolutely do one over with him quite easy on. I think so. Mad Hatter, he's a lot smarter than both Chris Pratt. And also
that I'm not denying.
Wicked. Okay, Aaron, let's hear your side.
It's very simple. It depends on what the fight is. If it's a dance-off, Peter Quill's going to win it every day of the week. Okay. If it's a fight with guns and lasers, again, Quill is my money. Again, if it's who can have the most tolerance towards homosexual relationships, I'll give it to Mad Hatter. But apart from that, I think that he's got it.
Excellent. Okay. Let's get voting, folks. Who would win in a fight? You've heard the arguments. Mad Hatter or Star-Lord? Who's winning in this fight? Mad Hatter or Star-Lord? And Matt Blair UK, welcome to the chat. And David's ahead of me already. You've got that shout out for Matt Blair. Thank you very, very much. What do you guys say there? Booster Gold and Juggernaut from Secondary Education. That's a good shout for bad characters. Scott Lang, Ant-Man, Deadpool, Gambit, and Silver Surfer. Oh, is that your heist team? That's a good heist team.
I think that was... Those characters are awesome.
I know. I was gonna say all of them are awesome, and I think, oh no, that's the heist team, and that's a good heist team. They're getting that back. So that is wicked. Who a comic book Star-Lord? Hey, Stone Shuffle got to be Juggernaut. I'm not a fan of Juggernaut, no matter how he's been like. And like people go like, oh, he wasn't done well in the movies. He's not been done well anywhere. As a character, I just don't think Juggernaut's just boring as hell as a character. But here we go. The votes are coming in very quickly. I'll be honest with you; it's a runaway vote for this one. I'm not even going to wait till the end. It goes to Star-Lord. Star-Lord wins that fight. So there we go. Which conveniently brings us into our final round on a draw. It is 4 points each. So it is literally all to play for in this last round. Matt Blair,
I am on tenterhooks.
Yeah. Matt Blair, UK. Cyclops is truly terrible. Tell that to Javier. He will. He will not. He does not agree with you on that. Okay, we are on our last round, which is ultimate knowledge. This is where we're going to test your knowledge, folks. Okay, so the way this works is I'm going to ask you it's 5 questions each, one at a time, going back and forth. If you get your question right, if you get the answer right, you're going to get a point. Simple as that. If you get it wrong, so if you answer it wrong quickly, or if you answer it wrong, it's 0 points. If you decide to wait for the chat and use the answer they give, if they get it right, half a point. Okay. Likewise, if the chat get the right answer before you do, half a point. Because I can't guarantee that you haven't looked at the chat. Don't worry, you do have about a 7 or 8 second delay. Matt knows this. You about a 7 second delay between.
I've on Zoom anyway.
Yeah, excellent. Are you ready for this, folks? Are you ready for this? Ultimate knowledge. Here we go. Aaron, starting with you. Question number 1: what year was the first Spider-Man story published in comic book form?
I have no idea. I would hazard a guess, but to guess a year out of the dates is pretty unlikely. So I'm going to wait for the chat. And I'm just going to sort of filibuster a little bit.
Fancy Kumquat says, if you want a hot take, I despise Captain America. Oh my God. Okay, here we go.
That is a hot take.
I fight you.
I mean, I don't think the chat's helping you here, buddy.
Yeah, it's sort of. I thought 60s, and there's a lot of 60s. Daredevil seems the most confident out of the other people, so I will say 1963.
1963 is incorrect. It's 1962. 1 year out, guys. 1 year out. Unlucky. Okay. Question number 2, DC. Matt, here you go.
Yep.
What year was the movie Superman 2 released?
Oh, I'm going to say 1978. That's a guess. I should have waited.
1980. Oh. 1980. Unlucky, buddy. So that's no points so far. Here we go. Dematan got it correct. Chef Samros got it correct. Well done. Well done. Oh, Daredevil, don't beat yourself up, buddy. Don't beat yourself up. It's okay. Okay, here we go. Aaron.
Yo.
Who was the first actor to play Quicksilver in the MCU? Notice I have to define that now.
See, I know that I know his name starts. It's Aaron or Aaron. If it's the one who I think it is, I'm going to go with that. I can't remember. If it's the guy from Kick-Ass, then that is his name. Yeah, it's come out in the chat. Aaron Taylor Johnson.
That is correct. I'll give you half a point. You get the half a point there. And also, Jack Hath, welcome to the chat, buddy. You're welcome to Ultimate Knowledge in Marvel versus DC. Well done. Okay, half a point. Matt, you ready?
Yeah.
Which writer helped create Batman?
Well, I'm going to sit here and think a lot about this, so I'm going to think very hard and just wait for any delay to kind of catch up with the stream. It's not fair for the stream to not hear the question first, really. I think it's good to allow it to have a pregnant pause. Bill Finger's my answer.
Yes, that is correct. It is Bill Finger. Well done. Wow. The filibustering. Wow.
I am Rudy Giuliani, so...
Beautiful. Managed to say everything and nothing at the same time. Here we go. Aaron, what is Doreen Allen Green's alter ego?
Oh. Wow. See, I'm not like Matt. I'm not going to filibuster. I'm going to tell you a story about Aaron Taylor Johnson. He got married to like a woman who was like 20 or 30 years older than him. Isn't that mad? Anyway, no, the filibustering hasn't even worked. Squirrel Girl is the first thing that's come up. That sounds like the kind of superhero that I would have heard of. But yeah, I mean, I haven't, and so I'm going to go for it. And if it is correct, I am going to go and Google Squirrel Girl, not for the first time, but for very different reasons. Squirrel Girl is my answer.
Doreen Allen Green's alter ego is Squirrel Girl. That is 100% correct. Squirrel Girl, who is the greatest hero in the MCU. She has single-handedly taken down Thanos and beat Galactus with the power of friendship.
Quick fun fact, I've once seen a squirrel do a backflip.
That was because Squirrel Girl told it to. There we go. Okay, you ready, Matt? You ready for your question, Matt? You ready for your question?
I'm ready.
Which superhero was born in 25th century Gotham?
Ooh, well, I know it wasn't Bill Finger. 25th century Gotham. Which superhero? Is it? I can't think off the top of my head. So, let me
have a think.
The chat is saying the chat is saying a Squirrel Girl, but I think that's for the previous answer. So, yeah. If everyone had any ideas, just thinking.
Thinking out loud, buddy.
Yeah, thinking. Guys, really, hurry up! Squirrel boy. Yeah, that'll do.
Squirrel boy is incorrect. It's incorrect. It was Booster Gold. Booster Gold, born in 25th century Gotham, traveled back in time, and he's terrible. Okay. Aaron. I realize I'm probably saying your name wrong the entire thing, so I apologize.
It doesn't bother me. It bothers my mum, but she's not going to be watching this.
Which Marvel character has had the most deaths of all time?
Ooh.
Which Marvel character has died the most? Because you know what it's like. Characters die all the time. Which one has died the most?
I'm going to have a guess at Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Yeah.
It's incorrect. He doesn't die. He gets ripped to shreds. He's still alive.
I thought that might be the case. Yeah.
Dematan has it correct in the chat. It is Jean Grey. If you actually Google who has died, Fancy Kumquat said Batman's parents. That's brilliant. If you Google who has died the most in Marvel, it comes up. I think Captain America is 12 times, and at number 2, and number 1 is Jean Grey, and then just says countless many times.
Wow.
So, yeah. They don't even bother counting.
But I can't even count to 12, so maybe it's less than Captain America.
There we go. Could have been Uncle Ben as well, but Uncle Ben, true, but no, it's Jean Grey because she repeatedly dies and comes back, and then it's like becomes the Phoenix instead. So, Matt,
yep.
In live action, how many actors have portrayed Superman?
Oh, that's a good question. Now, Christopher Reeve, we have My
nickname at school.
That's very. We have.
My actual nickname at school was Professor X, but that's because of the circumcision.
Oh man. Beautiful.
Okay. So live action. So I guess that includes TV.
Yep.
I'm gonna say. Daredevil says 111 to 12, which is my. I'm gonna say 6. I think 6 is a.
Okay. 6. 6 is incorrect. No one's got it right. Matt Blair is a legit question, but it does count. It is 10. 10 people. 10 people. Kirk Allen, first of all, back in 1948. George Reeves took over from there. Then Christopher Reeve, as we know, one of the most famous ones. Then there was John Hames Newton and Gerard Christopher, who were in the TV series in the 80s, Superboy, which was about a young Superman growing up. Dean Cain. We all know Dean Cain of the racist points of view.
Yeah, also got problematic.
Yeah. He actually has a joke outfit which he wears as well.
Exactly.
Very UKIP based.
Tom Welling, who is he was in Smallville, which was basically the exact same premise as Superboy, which had been done previously. Brandon Routh then did Superman Returns, and then came back and did Superman in the crossover. And then Henry Cavill is your last one. So there you go. Nicolas Cage does not count because we didn't see the actual results of that. We didn't see a release of that, but we wanted to. Nicolas Cage, the booze. Okay. Aaron, which Marvel villain is also known as Ashta?
Known as what?
Ashta. Which Marvel villain is also known as Ashta?
I don't know, so I'm going to wait. But it has just reminded me of that Nick Cage chat that I should have definitely picked Ghost Rider as my best outfit.
Oh my god!
Right? Oh yeah.
What a fucking badass outfit!
Oh, Daredevil! Actually, you're right. I forgot about Superman and Supergirl. So 11 then. 11. Well done, Demetan and Chef Samros.
That means that I get the point, right? Because if I beat the master, then I get the point, right?
No.
Can I have the point, please?
You guessed 6, so you're even further away than you were.
Anyway, we need an answer. Which
Galactus.
Marvel? Yeah, that's correct. Galactus is correct. Well done, Daredevil. It is Galactus. I might actually give the point to Daredevil instead. You deserve it. Daredevil deserves it.
No, I mean, I definitely don't. Like, my deducing there was being able to read.
Okay, here we go. Matt, which member of the Justice League is vulnerability is fire?
I think they're in Injustice, and I might be wrong here. Maybe, technically all of them. Technically
all of them. There was one specific one.
Matt Blair, I'm gonna trust you here. Swamp Thing. Please, for the love of God.
I don't think Batman would do particularly well against fire. He's human.
Swamp Thing wasn't the one I was going for. It's Martian Manhunter. Manhunter, because it's actually It is because that's one of the plans to one of Batman's files he has to defeat members of the Justice League is to basically set Martian Manhunter on fire. So
I forgot about
and Daredevil got it in the chat. Well done, Daredevil. So it is Martian Manhunter. So at the end of that, we're at the end, folks. Before I let you know who the winner is, can you give one more plug for everything that you do for your podcast and everything like that? Matt, you start.
Yes, if you've enjoyed what I do, please go and check out my Twitch channel. It's at Matt Hoss Comedy. I'm in the chat as well, so you can just click on there if you like it. If you like comedy shows, with like if you like this kind of thing, you'll absolutely love my channel. It's kind of like it's a humorous show, but with a lot of heart. We pride ourselves on our kind community, which you are obviously part of as well. If you want to follow me at Matt Hoss Comedy on all the social places, that'd be great. And also, if you wanted to, please check out my podcast called Castable. It's where we talked about it earlier, but you can download it from Apple and Spotify. And also, if you go to my website, www.matthosscomedy.com, you can buy my book. It's about the environmental end of the world. It's fun, and we almost sold out. Buy some books.
Nice. And Aaron, yourself, buddy.
So yeah, but just my podcast really. It's called the Silliest, Superest, Heroist podcast. It's about whether or not you combine different heads, upper bodies, lower bodies, weapons and powers to create your ultimate superhero. We've got some great guests on, Stu Goldsmith, Ash Fraser, Glenn Moore have all done series 1. Follow that if you like it. If you're really interested in seeing more of me, then you can go to see my Next Up comedy special, which is on Next Up, if you get that. I was going to plug gigs, but gigs don't exist anymore.
Yeah, they don't. This is it.
Yeah,
this is what we've got.
Follow me on Twitter, at Rolling Comedian. I'm on Twitter, but what I do is I plug it and then I don't put anything out, so I don't lose any followers. So I don't piss anybody off. That's my main social media strategy. But yeah,
love it.
Have a nice day, guys.
I've never heard promo finisher. Just have a nice day.
Yeah,
that's
just
it.
look after yourselves.
So points. Oh, it finished 5.5 to 4.5. So only 1 point in it. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner tonight is Marvel. Well done. 1 point though. 1 point. Only 1 point in it, but well done, Aaron. Did you enjoy yourself, guys?
Yes.
Actually, it was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for having us.
It's the most fun I've ever had discussing DC.
You
Brilliant. Well done, buddy. Well done. Daredevil's a sigh of relief from Daredevil in the chat there, and congrats from Demontan as well. So